भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय।
नामाचार्य शील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय।
जय।
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय।
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन धाम की जय।
जय।
वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। यमुना मैया की जय।
जय।
भक्ति देवी की जय।
जय।
तुलसी देवी की जय।
जय।
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।
जय।
समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय।
गौर प्रेमानंदे।
हरि हरि बोल।
All glories to the assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण।
All glories to the assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण।
All glories to the assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण।
All glories, all glories, all glories to Shishi Guru and Shishi Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj ki jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। क्षणमतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन हृदन्तस्थभद्राणि विधनोति सुरसतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नष्टकी। Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining today morning for the Srimad Bhagavatam, our discussion. So today we are going to read from Canto 1, chapter 16, verse number 34 to 36. So right now I have verse number 34. I would like to invite Golokanand Priya Mataji. Would you like to start?
Oh. या वै ममाइति परमसुरवंशराज्ञम् अक्षोहिणी सदमपानुदद आत्मतन्त्रा त्वं दुष्टम् ऊनपदमात्मनि पुरुषेण सम्पाद्यम्याजुसुरम्यम् अविरत् अङ्गम् या वै ममातिपरमसुरवंशराज्ञम् अक्षोहिणी सतमपूदत् आत्मतन्त्रा त्वं दुष्टम् ऊनपदमात्मनि पुरुषेण सम्पाद्यम्यो याजुसुरम्यमभिरत् अङ्गम् यो वै ममातिपरमसुरवंशराज्ञम् अक्षोहिणी सतमपो अपानुदत् आत्मतन्त्रा त्वं दुष्टमूनपद आत्मनि पुरुषेण सम्पाद्यं याजुसुरम्यम् अबिभ्रत् अङ्गम्।
Yeah, devotees can recite, please.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
यो वै ममाति भरमासुरवंशराज्ञाम् अक्षौहिणी शतमपानुददात्मतन्त्रः त्वां दुःखमौन पदमात्मनि पौरुषेण सम्प्रादयन् यदुषुरम्यं बिभ्रदग्भम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
Yo vai mamati paramasura-vamsajajñam akshauhini satamapanudad atmatantra tvam dushtamona padam atma paurushena sampadyan yadusuramyam abhibradangam. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else would like to say?
यो वै ममाति परमासुरवंशराज्ञाम् अक्षोहिणी शतमपानुददात्मतन्त्र त्वां दुस्तमो न पदमात्मनि पौरुषेण सम्पादयन् यदुषु संयमभिप्रदङ्गम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Okay, then I'll decide. Yo vai mamati abhram asurvam sharagyam akshani satam apanudad atmatantra tvam duhstham unapadam atmani paurushena sampadayan yadushuramayam abhibhradangam. Synonyms. Yaha, he who, vai, certainly, mama, mine, ati bhram, too burdensome, asur vamshaha, unbelievers, ragyam, of the kings, akshani, one military division, satam, hundreds of such divisions, apanudat, extirpated, atmatantra, self-sufficient, tvam, unto you, dustham, put into difficulty, unapadam, devoid of strength to stand, atmani, internal, paurushena, by dint of energy, sampadayan, for executing, yadushu, in the Yadu dynasty, ramyam, transcendently beautiful, abhibhrat, accepted, angam, body. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O personality of religion, I was greatly overburdened by the undue military flanks arranged by atheistic kings, and I was relieved by the grace of the personality of Godhead. Similarly, you are also in the distressed condition, weakened in your standing strength, and thus he also incarnated by his internal energy in the family of Yadus to relieve you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Asuras want to enjoy a life of sense gratification, even at the cost of others' happiness. In order to fulfill this ambition, the Asuras, especially atheistic kings or state executive heads, try to equip themselves with all kinds of deadly weapons to bring about a war in a peaceful society. They have no ambition other than personal aggrandizement, and thus Mother Earth feels overburdened by such undue increase of military strength. By increase of the Asuric population, those who follow the principle of religion become unhappy, especially the devotees or devas. In such a situation, the personality of Godhead incarnates to vanquish the unwanted Asuras and to reestablish the true principle of religion. This was the mission of Lord Shri Krishna, and he fulfilled it. So we have next verse also. Kava saheta virham purushottamasya prema valoka ruchira smit valgujalpe स्थैर्यं समानम aharan madhu maninanam romotsavo mam yad angri Vitan kitaya. Synonyms: kaha who, va either, sahet can tolerate, virham separation, purush uttamasya of the supreme personality of Godhead, prema loving, avaloka glancing, ruchir smitaha pleasing smile, valgu jalpahi hearty appeals, sthariam gravity, samanam along with passionate wrath, arhat conquered, madhu sweethearts, maninam women such as Satyabhama, Rom Utsavaha, hair standing on end out of pleasure, mum mine, yet whose angry feet, vitan kitaya, imprinted with. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Who therefore can tolerate the pangs of separation from the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He could conquer the gravity and passionate wrath of his sweethearts like Satyabhama by sweet smile of love, pleasing glance, and hearty appeals. When he traversed my earth's surface, I would be immersed in the dust of his lotus feet and thus would be sumptuously covered with grass which appeared like hairs standing on me out of pleasure. Purport: though there were chances of separation between the Lord and his thousands of queens because of Lord's being absent from home, but as far as connection with earth was concerned, the Lord would traverse the earth with his lotus feet, and therefore there was no chance of separation. When the Lord left the surface of the earth to return to his spiritual abode, the earth's feeling of separation was therefore more acute. And the last was what? Tayor evam kathayo prithvi dharmayos tatha parikshinam rajarshi praptaha prachim saraswatim. Synonyms: tayo, between them, evam, thus, kathyato, engaged in conversation, prithvi, earth, dharmayo, and the personality of religion, tada, at that time, Parikshit, King Parikshit, nama, of the name, Rajarshi, is sent amongst kings, praptaha, arrived, prachim, flowing towards the east, Saraswatim, river Saraswati. Translation: while the earth and the personality of religion were thus engaged in conversation, the saintly King Parikshit reached the shore of the Saraswati river, which flowed towards the east. Purport: thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of first canto, 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. ओम अज्ञान तिमिरदस्य ज्ञानंजना शलाकया चक्षुर उन्मिलितां येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्री गुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्री गुरुन् वैष्णवंश श्री रूपं साग्र जातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां सच. नमा ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्ति नामने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचरणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे. नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्तुषे नमः. पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्त रूप स्वरूपकं भक्तवतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्त शक्तिकं. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So here, so we are in the end of this chapter 16. So this chapter is discussion between Dharmaraj or religion and Earth Bhudevi. So in this verse, 3 verses, Prithvi Devi, the deity is the predominating deity of the earth. She is glorifying Krishna's activities while he was on this earth planet, and also uh, expressing her separation which she's feeling from Krishna. So when Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, when he was there on the earth planet, he performed his Leela for about 125 years. So Krishna appeared in Mathura. There immediately on the same night, he transferred from Mathura to the house of Nanda Maharaj in the night. So Vasudev took Lord Krishna and crossed the river Yamuna, came to the other side of the Yamuna, and put the Krishna in the house of Nanda Maharaj and took the Yog Maya. So from that time onwards till Krishna was about 3 or 4 years old, he was like staying in a place called Gokula. If you have visited Vrindavan area, so there is a place called Mahavan. There are 12 forests in the Braj area. So one of the forests is Mahavan, where this Gokul Dham is there. So there Krishna was there for around 3 to 4 years till that time. And after performing Damodar Leela, Nanda Maharaj and his brothers and the whole family, they decided to move out from that area, and they come to the other side of river Yamuna and came to a place called Vrindavan, and which is near Govardhan Hill. So Lord Krishna stayed there for another like around 8 years, something. When Krishna was around 11 or 12, around 11 years, then he came from Vrindavan back to Mathura to perform his duties of Kshatriya duties. So Vasudev, Kamsa called him, and Krishna came and he killed Kamsa, and then he released his parents, Vasudev and Devaki, and then Krishna stayed in Mathura for around 18 years. So while he was in Mathura, because he killed Kamsa, who was basically like a great demon, who actually, who actually put King Ugrasen into the jail, and he became the king over there. And he was like one of the main asuras at that time. And there are many asuras were there, like Banasur and Kalyayaman and like Jarasandh, Shishupal. There are so many were there at that time. They were all together ruling the kingdom. So in the previous ages, in Satyuga, Treta Yuga, and in some part of Dwapar Yuga also, the Rakshasas or the demons or asuras, they were in the demon form. Like you could see like Ravana, king, Ravana or Hiranyakashipu. They were in those families which are called asuras, Daityas. But in the end of Dwapar Yuga, all these asuras, they took the form of a king. They born in various Kshatriya families. And they were actually by nature, they were like Duryodhana, he was a demon. Karna, he was a demon. And this Jarasandh and Shishupal and this Kamsa, Vanasur, they were all basically like Asuri. But they were basically posing themselves as a Kshatriya kings. And they were ruling the kingdom, and they have accumulated a mass of power, lot of wealth, and their purpose is to just enjoy their senses. That's what Prabhupada says here. The asuras want to enjoy a life of sense gratification. Their whole purpose of life is to enjoy senses. Like if we take the life of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu, what he was doing, like he actually performed great tapasya, not for social welfare, not to elevate people spiritually, not to help people. Rather, he gained power to suppress the devotees, to suppress the demigods, and to enjoy his senses unlimitedly. He was like once he became the king of the world, he was always drunk, always like in like in that mood that like enjoying his senses to the fullest. So that's why when Prahlad actually came, so he was saying that a person who cannot control these senses, how can he think that he is basically the powerful? You are powerful, but you are controlled by your senses. So there, the whole purpose, even we see in the today's world, the material civilization, what we are seeing is all based on sense gratification. Right from the when a living entity appear in this world here, when a child take birth, the parents and the society, they push that living entity to earn money so that he can enjoy senses. The whole idea is that the only way you can live happily in this world is by earning money. And because by earning money, you can enjoy your senses to the fullest. You can buy all the material things to gratify your senses, and you can actually control like some part of like either your home or your office. A certain point, like people are basically trying to control and enjoy. So this is the asuric nature. Srila Prabhupada say that the asuras, they want to enjoy sense gratification, life of sense gratification. So their purpose, their whole purpose of their life is like somehow or other, I have to enjoy senses. This life is for enjoyment. And the second part of the sentence, Srila Prabhupada say, even at the cost of others' happiness. This is very important. Like they don't even care whether the other person is suffering because of you or not, or whether other person is getting like sufficient like place for enjoyment. Like we see this meat industry. So we see this meat industry here. People are basically opening slaughterhouses. Srila Prabhupada has said many times these slaughterhouses they have opened to enjoy their senses. They're killing the animals just for their taste. So these innocent animals, they were being butchered into this all these slaughterhouses. For what purpose? Just basically some of the people, they want to fill their tummy with these dead bodies. Just want to fill their stomach with this dead body. They want to taste this meat just for that purpose. So for their enjoyment, they don't mind killing all these animals who are innocent. They have not done anything wrong for those people, but they are killing. So this mercy is not expected from the people like asuras this here. So at that time, like Prabhupada says that these are asuras who are basically in the form of a king. They were ruling the kingdom. But now we see the asuric mentalities everywhere. So many people are with this mentality. If you really want to understand more about asuric qualities, you go and read Bhagavad Gita chapter 16. The chapter 16, Krishna explains the demonic and the divine qualities. And in initially 3-4 verses, Krishna explains the divine qualities because Arjuna asked this question, and then Krishna was explaining the divine quality and demonic quality. So Krishna explained divine quality and told Arjuna that don't worry, you already born with divine qualities. But now let me explain demonic qualities, right? So demonic quality Krishna explained in very detail. What is the purpose? See, Krishna explains so many demonic qualities there in the 16th chapter 2 to give to the people of Kali Yuga that these are all demonic quality. People think that earning money, accumulating money, and accumulating more wealth necessary, more than necessary wealth is okay. But actually, Prabhupada, like Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, these are all demonic qualities. In Shri Ishopanishad, it's mentioned, Isha Vasham idam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat teen takvina bunjita ma grada kasasuddhanam. All the living entity who have come to this material world have right to live, and have right on the food and the facilities provided by Lord in the nature. All living entity would take birth on this material world. For them, Krishna arranged their food, their clothing, their houses. All these things are already arranged. Lord Brahma already arranged for them on behalf of Lord Krishna. But some people were greedy. Who are powerful, they exploit the people who are weak. And because of that, there is so much imbalance in the society. So in 16th chapter, Krishna says that Kam, Krodh, Lobh, lusty desire, lust, and anger and greediness. These are the three gates to hell. So these asuras are basically only interested in satisfying their lusty desires. If their desires get satisfied, they become greedy. They want more and more. So like in Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, Krishna explains that people are earning money and immediately they earn money. Now their next point is that how to increase that money. If somebody have a desire to earn $1 million, so once he get $1 million, the very next moment he want to think that how can I make $2 million? How can I make $3 million out of that? So this greediness is there, and this especially a asuric propensity. So these asuras, they want to enjoy their sense gratification even at the cost of others' happiness. They don't mind killing other people. They don't mind snatching others' property. They don't mind taking their other people's share, whatever they are available in the society. So they are ready to do anything. And at that time, so here Prabhupada later says that in order to fulfill this ambition, asuras, especially atheistic kings or state executive head. Nowadays we see many countries like they are all executive heads, all the leaders, they are all atheistic. They don't believe in God. They only believe in power and money and all. That's what they are trying to do. And they are trying to equip themselves with all kind of deadly weapons to bring about a war in peaceful society. See, like we see nowadays, every moment there is a war going on. Just before the Ukraine war, people were thinking that things were peaceful. But one devotee told me that actually war never stopped. Somewhere or other, there is some person who has basically like this ambition to become powerful, or to grab others' property, to grab others' resources, money, power, all those kind of things. There is always a war. As long as people are greedy, as long as people are not satisfied what they have, there will be always a war. So this is what Prabhupada said, that they are trying to equip with all deadly weapons. Prabhupada many times mentioned that these weapons of mass destruction, like these nuclear bombs and these big military weapons, they are going to explode one day. They are not going to stay as it is. They are using that to satisfy their senses. So they are equipped with this deadly weapon to bring the war in the society. Many times I have heard that countries are fighting the war because their weapons are expiring. So they want to use the weapon to some or other, because they have built the weapons. Now they don't know whether their weapon will going to be useful or not. So they want to test. For test, they do a mock war. They do this mock practices, mock war in such a way that the things are working, because when the things needed, they can fight. So that's the whole point. And then Prabhupada said they have no ambition other than personal aggrandizement, and they just want to satisfy their own desires. The Mother Earth was feeling overburdened by such undue increase of military strength. So we see before Mahabharata war, Krishna killed many demons by himself. Kaliyavan, and like when he was in Mathura for 17 years. 17 years, every year, Jarasandh used to bring many Akshani army, bringing in front of Krishna and fighting with Krishna alone. Krishna and Balram, they were two people, they were fighting for Mathura, and these Jarasandh bringing millions of millions of people every time. So, every time, for every day, every year, for 17 years. They brought so many army and they were fighting with Krishna and Balram, and Krishna destroying the whole army and leaving just Jarasandh alone. And then saying, you go back and then come next time. So for 17 years, Krishna insulted him by defeating him so badly that he left him alone. But that person was so much, angry with Krishna that he every year is coming. For 17 years, he got defeated. But on the 18th year, he decided like I'm going to defeat Krishna and Balram. So he was keeping a lot of Brahmanas in his kingdom. So he invited all his Brahmanas and he feed them very nicely, because when you feed Brahmanas, Brahmana give blessings. So Brahmanas gave him blessings to Jarasandh, that be happy and you will be victorious. So then Jarasandh says that for 17 years I've been defeated by Krishna, and you are saying I will be winner. If this time I will not win, I will cut all your throats. Because what is the point of I'm feeding you Brahmanas and you are giving blessings, but your blessings are not working. So if this time I will not win, I will kill you all. These Brahmanas are start shaking. My God, this person is like such a asura that he's going to kill. So they sent a letter to Lord Krishna. My Lord Krishna, this time he actually told us, if he will not win the war, he's going to kill all of us. So then Krishna decided, okay, so some or other, I need to protect the Brahmanas. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishna Govinda. No, Krishna comes to this material world to protect the cows and the Brahmanas. So Krishna says, okay, right, that's fine. So this time Krishna decided that I'll not fight. But at that time, Jarasandh also made a deal with Kaliyavan. So Kaliyavan, he was a very great Yavana king. Yavana means like the Muslims. So he was basically very very powerful king, and he is a special special benediction. So because of that, he was very difficult to very difficult for anyone to defeat him. So Kaliyavan attacked Mathura, and same time Jarasandha also attacked Mathura. So first Kaliyavan came, so Krishna actually went in front of Kaliyavan, and Krishna thought like there's no point of fighting with this guy. So Krishna started running, and then he started running from Mathura, and keep running, and then probably I think maybe 100 kilometers or some 70 kilometers, 100 kilometers far, or maybe 200 kilometers. I don't know the distance, but there is a place called Dholpur. So in Madhya Pradesh, I guess. So he was running till that point, and then he went there, and there was a cave there, and in that cave, one person was sleeping. So Krishna entered into a cave, and then this Kaliyavan was running behind Krishna, and Krishna, who can catch Krishna? Krishna was running very, sometimes very slow, sometimes very fast. This Kaliyavan became very tired. He was keep running behind Krishna. So ultimately, Krishna entered into the cave, and he took his what he was wearing, a cloth, and then he put that cloth on the person who was sleeping there. And he put the cloth on that person who was sleeping in the cave, and then he hid himself. So then this Kaliyavan came behind, and he saw that, oh, this person is having Krishna's clothes and he was sleeping. He thought that Krishna became tired and he's sleeping. So then he came, and then he actually kicked this person. Hey, come on, get up, fight. Why are you sleeping? He thought Krishna is sleeping. So then that person actually woke up. And as soon as he woke up, he rubbed his eyes and he opened his eyes. And the first person he saw this Kaliyavan, and immediately from his eyes, a great fire came out, and that burned this Kaliyavan into ashes. And then that person was like very surprised, like why just by my seeing this person get burned. Then within few moments, Krishna, who was hiding, he came in front of that person, and then he asked Krishna, "Who are you? And why? What are you doing here? And who am I also?" He was not really sure because he was sleeping for a long time. Then Krishna explained him that you are King Muchkunda, and you are here because you were basically being blessed by the demigod. So there was a story going on there. So ultimately, Krishna came out by giving darshan to King Muchkunda. It's a very nice story actually in the 10th canto. So then Krishna came back and he saw that Jarasan. Now Jarasan is attacking on the other side. So Krishna and Balram, they thought what to do now. We have to help our Brahmanas, because if we defeat him this time, he's going to go and kill the Brahmanas. So this time they decided like this time we'll not fight. So they say like we should start running from the battle. So in the night, what they did is Krishna ordered Vishkarma to create a city in the west side of India in the ocean near Dwarka. And he say like build a city there. And overnight he transferred by the power of Yog Maya all the citizens of Mathura into the Dwarka. And in the meantime, Krishna and Balram, rather than fighting with Jarasan, they ran away. And they jumped, they ran away and they climbed a mountain. And then the Jarasan, he thought like, okay, Krishna Balram, they are on the mountain. He put a fire around the whole mountain, thought that Krishna Balram will burn into the fire. But Krishna Balram, they jumped from that mountain and they actually escaped. But Jarasan thought that I actually killed both Krishna and Balram. But point is that they were having so big military strength, and Krishna killed many other demons there. But ultimately, what happened is before the war of Mahabharata, Krishna thought that in the war of Mahabharata, I am not going to fight. So how should I do? So Krishna actually empowered Arjuna and Bhima, who are basically, Krishna actually empowered both Arjuna and Bhima. And through Arjuna and Bhima, Krishna actually defeated all the Kaurava army and killed everyone. We see in the war of Mahabharata, hardly 8 to 10 people left behind, but all the people were all killed in the war of Mahabharata. And then later also Krishna actually killed many demons who attacked like Pandrak, Kashiraj, and there are many other kings who were actually attacked Dwarka, and Krishna killed many demons there. So ultimately, if the point is that like these Asuric people, they were all basically going creating problem for the peacefuls. Here Srila Prabhupada say that by increase of the Asuric population, those who follow the principle of religion become unhappy, and especially devotees and devas. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. To protect my devotees, to annihilate the miscreants or the demons, and to reestablish the principle of religion, I come again and again, millennium after millennium. So that was the purpose of Krishna's mission, and Krishna actually fulfilled while he was on this planet Earth. In the next verse, Bhudevi or the Mother Earth, she is actually feeling separation from Krishna. So, but she was giving an example that when Krishna was there in Dwarka, Krishna has 16,108 wives or queens, right? And they were all there. So, but when Krishna used to visit Hastinapur or Krishna used to go some other places, so at that time, all these queens and their wives, all the wives of Krishna, they were in separation of Krishna for many months, sometimes years, right? So they were able to tolerate the separation when Krishna left this world and went back to Godhead. So, but here Mother Earth, she's saying that how can I feel the separation? Because even though Krishna, whether he was in Hastinapur, whether he was in Mathura, whether he was in Vrindavan, whether he was in Dwarka, wherever Krishna performed the pastime, he was on the earth planet. So Bhudevi or this Mother Earth always in touch with Krishna, always getting association of Krishna. So the feeling of separation of Mother Earth was more severe than the feeling of separation by the queens, even the queens of Dwarka. That's why Prabhupada say that there were chances of separation between Lord and his thousands of queens because of Lord's being absent from home. But as far as connection with earth was concerned, Lord would traverse the earth with his lotus feet, and therefore there was no chance of separation. So Mother Earth was blessed by the Lord Krishna so much that she actually enjoyed the association of Krishna constantly while Krishna was there on the earth planet. Krishna was, according Prabhupada mentioned in Krishna book, that Krishna was here on this earth planet, performed the pastime for about 125 years. So we can say that till the whole time Mother Earth was being blessed by the association of Krishna, for constant association. So that's why when the Lord left the surface of earth to return to his spiritual abode, the earth's feeling of separation were therefore more acute. That's why she was feeling so much this discussion between the Dharma and Earth, Bhudevi. So Mother Earth is saying that my feeling of separation, because Krishna left this world, it is so painful for me. How I can live without association of Krishna? So there she's feeling her feeling of separation from Krishna. And in the last verse is basically just there's no purport, just as a translation. So while earth and personality of religion were thus engaged in the conversation, the saintly King Parikshit reached the shore of Saraswati river, which flowed towards the east. So now this chapter is discussion of Dharmaraj and Bhudevi, Mother Earth. Then the next chapter, Parikshit is going to ask question to religion and condition of the earth and all. So we'll go there in the next time. So I'll stop here and see if there is anyone have any comment or question, or if there's anything they want to share in their realization. Please go ahead.
I'm just have a question for Bhumi. Bhumi is also the wife of Krishna, isn't it?
Lord Vishnu.
Lord Vishnu. Okay.
Yeah, because I think when Lord came as Varahadev, so he lifted Mother Earth. So in that way, Lord accepted Bhudevi also. We see in the temples, especially Lord Vishnu's temple, we have Bhudevi and Lakshmi Devi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are they basically especially in South India, a lot of temples they have the deity of Bhudevi also along with Lord Vishnu.
Mostly Venkateswara temple we have Sridevi, Bhudevi.
Okay, Mother, sure.
And also, Bhudevi, it always takes the form of the cow. So, any reason for that? Whenever she's in distress.
Lord Krishna loves cows. So,
whenever she's in distress, she just takes the form of the cow.
Yes. So Lord Krishna, takes the always loves the cow. He's a coward boy, and because Bhudevi is also the mother, so cow is also the mother. She always take the form of a mother because, as cow feeds the whole community. Like say, suppose we see in our Vedic culture, cow is part of the family. If cow is there in a family, cows take care of everyone in the family. Whatever cow provides is the welfare of others. Similarly, Bhudevi is basically the mother of all of us. We are all getting everything feed by mother. So Mother Earth is there. So I think it's more appropriate to take the form of a cow because Krishna loves cows. Krishna loves cows, and when she take the form of a cow, Krishna become more compassionate. Because Krishna says, "Go Brahman Hitaicha." So Krishna comes and protects the cows. Maybe some other reason. Maybe Kavalia Prabhu might know. Prabhuji, do you know any other reason why Mother Earth always take the form of a cow?
Prabhu, you said rightly, that because Krishna loves them, but I do not know any other reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other question or comments? Okay, then we can end the call. Is there any announcement, Mata, you would like to say?
No announcements. Thank you for a nice class and thank you for filling in for Parikshit Prabhu today. He's not feeling very well, and also Mother Anasuya got hurt after the function on Saturday. So that's why he needed somebody to take care of the class. So thank you very much, Prabhu.
Sure, Mata. All right. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, everyone. So we'll end our call. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhu vevacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, everyone.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.